Acting is super easy and I make a lot of money. Just kidding. Anybody that's in this career field knows that is not accurate one little bit. But it's funny because that is the perception that a lot of people have. I was sitting out front of a grocery store in Bozeman, Montana. It was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was in my car with Arkansas plates. And this old couple walks up to me and they said, "Oh, you're a long ways from Arkansas, huh?" And I said, "Yeah, well, how y'all doing today?" And they said, "Great. What brings you up here?" And I said, "Well, I'm in my first movie. I'm acting in my first movie, and we're doing all night shoots, and I'm about to go to work right now." And the old man rolls his eyes. He goes, "Oh, must be so hard." And I told him, "Oh, you're right. It's actually really easy, and I make a lot of money. Y'all have a great day." And I drove away. Because one, if you tell me the sky is pink, the sky is pink. You got an opinion, that's great. You can have an opinion, and I'm not here to argue with anybody's opinion. You think whatever you want to think. And for that person, that man, that couple, and for a lot of people, they think acting is really easy and we make a lot of money. The truth is, acting is a whole lot of stress. And I knew this coming into this industry. I didn't come into this industry like half cocked without a plan of some sort. I set my life up to where I could pursue this industry full time and give it the energy that it needs. I have faced criticism from people in the fire department. I have faced criticism from friends of mine. I have faced criticism from strangers. I have faced criticism from people in this industry who should be supporting each other 100%, but not everybody does that. This industry is cutthroat and it's brutal and it's fun and it's adventurous and it's wild and it's a chess game. This industry is a game, and when you learn how to play this game, then it starts to work for you. I have made some mistakes. I have definitely done some things already that have damaged relationships with people that are influential in this industry, and it has come back to impact me. But that's okay because it's a learning curve. All of this is a learning curve. Me making YouTube videos and me making social media videos to boost my views and to get people to follow me so I can have some reach or some influence or an audience. All of this is very intentional, and it takes a lot of work and a lot of resiliency to where you can push through the times that are famine. People like to say, "Oh, this acting is feast and famine." I think it's more accurately to say it's famine, 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 maybe a feast, maybe just a dinner, and then you're back to famine, famine, famine again. It's a lot of planning your life out so you can lower your expenses so you can afford to chase this dream. You have to have money so you can live, so you can go support the dream that you're trying to create for yourself. This isn't an easy industry, and don't let anybody tell you that it is an easy industry. Whether you're a casting director, or you're an agent, or you're a director, or a photographer, or a model, any of these industries take a lot of grind, and it's intentional grind. The people that don't put the intention in don't succeed. I have only been doing this industry for about 5 months now, 6 months. I've already been in a movie. I worked as a stand-in on one of the Yellowstone spinoffs, which is one of the biggest TV shows in the world right now. I got a commercial photo shoot, and I now scheduled to be in 2 short films coming up. All of this has been very intentional with the relationships that I've made, putting myself out there, being nice to people, trying to help people where I can, because people remember how you make them feel. They don't remember what you tell them. How did this person make me feel? And my philosophy in this entire industry is try to give as much as I can and try to be a good person. And I've messed up along the way. Like I said, it's come back to haunt me. It's come back to bite me a couple times, but that's life. I've done that a lot in my life. I'm a human and I'm not a normal human. I've never claimed to be sane. I've seen things as a firefighter or in the military or as a park ranger. I've seen things that the normal population doesn't see. And there's this expectation that people that get out of the military or get out of the EMS services or the people that are still in it are fully functioning, normal, sane, stable adults. But the reality of PTSD exists. I thought it couldn't get me, but it did. It snuck up on me. The night terrors, the sweating, the road rage, the paranoia where I'm walking around my house at night with a gun looking for somebody trying to get in. All of that stuff exists, and it still affects me to this day. The difference is that through therapy and taking care of myself and really trying to get myself in a good mental space, I can utilize these things in my acting career to bring realism to this industry. This is such a fake industry, and I cannot stand the fakeness of it all because in reality, it's a bunch of dreamers just trying to create something for people to watch and enjoy and maybe escape their life for a little bit or be transported to a different imaginary world where they can be inspired and they can feel something. I've always worked jobs that I felt were giving back to people. As a firefighter, I felt like I was giving back to people all the time. In the military, I felt like I was serving the country and giving back to people. All my jobs have been very impactful and to me and brought me happiness and fulfillment because I was able to help other people. Now that I'm choosing to follow this acting career full time, it's a different level of caring. Yes, I'm not directly saving people's lives, but I have done that. I have spent my time doing that over the course of my adult life, and I've enjoyed it very much. But it got to a point where I was burned out. I faced compassion fatigue. I was angry at work. My coworkers would call me Earl because Earl was my alter ego, grumpy old man. But I realized I wasn't fit. I was not fit to be a firefighter when I got to that point. I had been a good firefighter. I worked at being a good firefighter. But the guys around me, they didn't know. I kept it hidden. They didn't know that, these things were bothering me. People would joke about being the Grim Reaper because I would see a lot of these bad calls. The area that I was working as a firefighter was in a big city. And we got some gruesome calls, and that stuff sticks with you. That stuff doesn't go away. Some people handle it better than others, but for me, over the course of about 20 years doing this in my adult life in various capacities and different uniforms trying to serve people, it just compounded and compounded and compounded. And then eventually it snuck up on me. Now I am going through therapy and I'm working on being myself and trying to find myself and being healthy and taking these things that have happened to me in my life that, yes, they define me, but they don't define me in the way that they control me. They define me in that this is who I am and I can I can use those emotions and I can tap into things that I have seen in my life or that I've experienced in my life to bring it to the camera in a real way, to bring it to the audience. I want to be there with people. I want to take them on these journeys. I want to make them feel what it feels like to be in that situation. I I get judged sometimes by other actors because I have only taken a couple of acting classes. Most of my background for any type of acting whatsoever is through improv and stand-up comedy. But what I do have is a gigantic life resume, 34 countries that I've been to, adventures all over the world, different crazy careers, and that allows me to tap into what that character would really be experiencing. It also takes a lot of practice, which is why I'm now just sitting down and making videos. Sometimes I get into this habit of being too much of a perfectionist and having too much information overload, trying to figure out how to make the best YouTube video or the best social media or whatever. It doesn't even matter. At one time, I had this huge Instagram following when I was doing my photography and my comedy. But that whole Instagram was just filled with bots. I didn't actually know how many people were on my Instagram that were real because I wasn't getting as much engagement as I should have been. My content wasn't good. My content wasn't consistent. I had no idea who was even real in my followers list. So I just deleted that entire social media with all of those followers. I think I had like 9,000 followers or something when I deleted it. Now I'm rebuilding, and I'm rebuilding with real people that I know that are part of the industry that I have either met or are acquaintances with through other people. That way, when I post a video, they see me. Just this month alone, in the last 30 days, Instagram told me I have 18,000 views on my videos and my photos. That's 18,000 people who have seen me acting. That is me auditioning for 18,000 people. Does it lead to any work? I have no idea. But I've received some incredible messages from people that are encouraging, saying, keep it up. You're doing fantastic. Your acting is great. There's big things that are going to open for you. And so I just keep leaning into it. And now I'm going to be creating this content. And I hope that you guys follow along on my journey. I'm going to be talking a little bit about everything, just the life of being an actor and the life of trying to take all of these crazy skills that I've had in my life and form them into this powerful art form of acting and speaking and storytelling. And I want to tell stories to people. That's why any of us are doing this. We're storytellers and we love it. But I hope you follow along. Message me. I'm happy to talk to you guys. I'm not some giant out of reach actor yet. I'm just a dude just trying to make it. I've had so much fun meeting all of my friends that are in the industry and going to film festivals or writers groups and just meeting so many creatives that are dreaming big to push this thing to make it work. And if I've rubbed you wrong in the past, I'm sorry. Just trying to make it however I can. Uh, I can do better. Hit me up. Let me know. But thanks, guys. Really appreciate your time.